sell dope to no baby.
That's right.
That's right.
It ain't brotherly to rob no elderly person inside the front lawn.
That's right.
Not at all.
If you're going to rob the elderly in my neighborhood, you're not my brother no more.
Right.
If you're going to sell dope to kill my people, you're not my brother no more.
Mm-hmm.
I'll work with you and drop the seed of truth on you and give you a window of time to get together, but at a certain time.
Yes, sir.
Come on,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
if a people continue to violate,
Right.
Christ is called the Lion of Judah.
Come on.
And lions communicate with three forms of communication. The first phase of communication of a lion is their walk.
That's right. That's right.
A real man, the way he walks, you can tell what he's about.
Yes, sir.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
By which, the way a man walks, you can tell whether or not he's somebody to fool with or somebody to let alone.
Yes, sir.
Say that.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Come on.
That's communication.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That's what it is.
But every now and then, the lion has to go to that second phase.
Uh-huh.
And the second form of communication of a lion is the roar.
Yes, sir.
And when you hear that man talk,
Yes, sir.
based off of what he's saying and the way he's saying it with his conviction and with his intelligence,
Right.
you know whether or not he's somebody to deal with.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
But when a people can see a certain walking don't change,
Uh-huh.
when a people can hear a certain talking don't change,
That's right.
when that lion realizes that you don't see me as I am from my walk or from my roar, then he must use his paw.
Come on.
And at a certain time, the lion, whenever he tries those first two forms of communication and they don't work, he has to raise his hand and strike.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
That which does not respect him.
Come on.
Well, we are reaching a phase, brothers,
Yes, sir.
in the black community that we got to start walking better.
That's right. Come on.
So that when we walk through our neighborhood, our women feel safe and secure.
That's right.
Our children feel like they can play when they want to play.
That's right.
We got to start walking a certain way.
Yes, sir.
Where anybody that's doing wrong going to want to put their wrong away when they show up.
That's right.
And then if that don't work, we got to start rowing better in the
Go ahead. Go ahead. Good teaching, Muhammad. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And that roar don't do the job.
Uh-huh.
Then man up
Yes, sir.
and show the paw.
Yes, sir.
You ain't got to show the paw a lot, but every now and then you going to have to show it.
That's right. Yes, sir.
And I think it'd be better for us to do it than to have the police to have to come in and continue to beat and taser,
Yes, sir.
lock up and arrest and cage.
Right.
See, you don't have to taser a human being.
Go ahead.
You don't need a stick to deal with a human being.
That's right.
You don't need a cage to deal with a human being.
Right.
You don't need a gun to deal with a human being.
Come on.
You only need tasers and guns and sticks and cages to deal with people when people are like animals.
That's right.
Come on, brothers.
And we have become savages in our community.
Yes, sir.
What is a savage?
Right.
A savage is one who has lost the knowledge of himself
That's right.
and who is living a beast life.
Come on.
Well, that within itself produces savagery.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But then when you multiply, think about it, brother. When you turn the news on or turn on National Geographic and you see a people that are there with no clothes on, a people there malnutrition, a people there with no roads, a people there living in grass houses.
Right.
Right.
You are looking at a community of people that have become savage.
That's right.
Right.
Well, what produced their savagery wasn't necessarily a lack of knowledge of self.
Right.
What produced their savagery was a deprivation of resources in their environment.
Right.
Well, as the gas prices is going up,
Come on.
Right.
as we are still the last hired in the first five,
Come on.
Yeah.
as unemployment is going up and everything is costing more, then in America and in particular the black community, we are dealing with a people that already lack a knowledge of self.
That's right.
And are living a beast life.
Yes, sir.
Multiplied by deprivation of resources in our environment that multiplies the potential of animalistic behavior.
Come on, brother.
So now you are dealing with people that are committing crimes like we've always committed.
Right.
But our crime is on another level.
That's right.
Right.
So we used to rob. We always been robbed.
That's right. Come on now.
Yes, sir.
For a minute now. We've been sticking up here.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
But now we don't just want the money. We want the life for the one we need.
That's
We're not just coming to rob one person and then threaten him. We coming to rob that one and shoot everybody in the spot.
Yes, sir.
Right.
It's a level of savagery going on.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Like nothing else before.
Yes, sir.
We might have always stole goods out of people's houses, but we didn't catch elderly people in the front yard. Beat up a 80-year-old woman.
Right.
Break her, run in the house, take her stuff, and then rape her. But that's going on now.
Right.
There's a level of savagery. And I feel so sorry for law enforcement. The police department has such a rough task on their hands because at the same time they don't want to stereotype. They have to consider the history of crime that is taking place in the moment.
Right.
And what the people look like that's doing this stuff.
Right.
Yes, sir.
And now the level of savagery of the crimes that are being committed is literally driving some of our officers to wrestling with their own sanity.
Yes, sir. Come on.
Yes, sir.
So the stress level is high
Right. Teach on that.
in law enforcement.
Right.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
They're wrestling with being able to hold on to their own humanity
Right.
because of the bestiality that they're dealing with in our own community.
Yes, sir.
Right. Good teaching.
Well, saying all that to say, of course, I didn't plan on saying none of that, but that's no.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Keep looking back at my notes, trying to get back on what I thought I should say, but Allah is the greatest.
Yes, sir. Good teaching. Good teaching. Yes, sir.
The Holy Quran gave us the nature of unity, but the Bible gives us the purpose of unity. Whenever the Son of Man was dealing with something in Ezekiel called dry bones. You've heard that before?
Yes, sir.
The Son of Man was speaking to the bones. He had two goals in speaking to the bones. He wanted them to unite
Yes, sir.
and stand up.
Yes,
That's
sir.
right.
The bones, as he spoke, they rattled, but they never came together.
Right.
And they never stood up.
Come on.
So the Son of Man went back to the God and asked the God, you know, I'm speaking to the bones and the bones are rattling, but they're not uniting and they're not standing up. What should I do? He said unto the Son of Man, stop speaking to the bones and start speaking to the winds. And let the winds whip them into shape.
That's right.
Yes.
We have a saying in the Nation of Islam that the best will come from the word,
Right.
but the rest is going to come from a whooping.
That's right.
Sir.
It don't mean we plan on going to beat nobody up.
That's right.
But the winds in the scripture represent circumstance.
Right.
Right.
A 9-year-old boy finding a gun and accidentally shooting himself is a circumstance.
That's right.
Right.
Come on with it, man.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
When we see that an elderly woman, 75 or 80 years of age in our community is raped by someone, that's a wind that helps whip us into shape.
That's right. Yes, sir.
The nature of the crime is so bad now that it's beginning to whip us into shape.
Yes, sir.
It is calling together, not everybody,
Right.
but those certain bones
Right.
Yes,
that need
sir.
to be connected together.
Yes, sir.
That we might be able to stand up as a one organism
Yes, sir.
Right.
to deal with that which we need to build and protect our own community.
Yes, sir.
So that day of saying that the police is the enemy is about finished.
Yes, sir.
Right.
We got to unite with the black soldiers that are police officers
That's right.
Come on.
to be able to work this task out.
Yes, sir.
That day of saying that you're a Christian and you're a Muslim is over.
Yes, sir.
Now the Christian and the Muslim bone got to connect.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good teaching, Muhammad. Yes, sir.
We're reaching a point now that we got to get the bones connected together.
Yeah.
And now the Muslims and the Christians and the Jews. Now the agnostics and the atheists and the nationalists. Now the nation and the Sunni and the Al-Islamic community.
Right.
Now the police officers and the gangbangers.
Right.
Now the vice lords and the GD.
Right.
Right with it.
Now the young and the old.
Right.
Now the rich and the poor.
Right.
All of us got to come together as bones
Right.
to stand up to protect and do something about our community.
Yes.